Oh. Okay, so we're gonna be cooking with Misfits. Today we're gonna be actually using 2 items that came in our last box. So we're gonna be using Bok Choy, and there were also scallions in there, so I'm gonna toss them on at the end. So the reason I chose to use the Bok Choy was I've cooked with it before a handful of times, but Steve, you never have, right?
No.
Have you had it?
No, I've never eaten it. Maybe in like some Chinese food, but that's it.
Okay, so that was why I decided to do it. To me, it's not like a super foreign item, but I figured since Steve hadn't cooked with it and he's not sure if he even ate it before, it was like, well, maybe other people have it. So this is my own thing that I'm doing. So I'll tell you the amounts, but then I will also put in the YouTube description what I did. So I have 2 oils here. I have olive oil, 2 tablespoons of that, mixed with 1 teaspoon of sesame oil. I wanted to use the sesame oil for the flavor, but I didn't want to use too much of it because it can be a little bit overwhelming if you have too much of that. So it's nice to mix it with another oil. You can either do olive or vegetable. We have a friend back here that like wants to help, and she's not really good at the recording aspect yet. So if you just hear her back there mumbling nonsense, that's her. Alright, so I'm letting my oil just heat up a bit in this pan. And then to that, I'm first going to add 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. Now, I used like 2 normal size, and the 3rd clove was pretty small, but I mean, everyone's garlic preference is different, so I would say 2 to 3 depending on how much you like. And I'm gonna just let that go in here until I can begin to smell it, until it becomes fragrant. Usually it takes like 30 seconds. You don't want to let it go too long because you don't want it to burn. Maybe vacuum cleaner coming out. Alright, to my garlic, I'm gonna add a 1/4 teaspoon of ground ginger. Feel free to use fresh, but if you were using fresh, I would up it a little bit, maybe like a tablespoon even. I mean, I feel like the ground is like a lot more potent than the fresh. Checking on my rice. I think that might be able to be turned off over there. So as you can see, this is going super, super quick. So to my oil and my garlic and my ginger, I'm gonna put in the bok choy. Now this comes in like, it looks like a bulb at the bottom and it becomes like a stalk. I cut that very end off, and then I just went through and chopped it so it's not huge leaves. And then on top of that, I'm just gonna add in my soy sauce. That is a tablespoon of soy sauce. And I'm just gonna give it a toss. And it's gonna begin to like wilt down and soften. Now I actually am probably going to undercook mine a little bit because we're cooking some other things tonight and I don't want it to become overcooked. We're grilling some shrimp to go along with it. So once I see that it's softening and it's almost there, I'm just gonna remove it from the heat and pop the lid on. You could do the same thing if you had some other items to tend to for the rest of your dinner. And then like right before we put it on our plates, I'm not gonna do it like when I put it back because I don't want it to become like too mushy, but right before we plate it, I'm gonna take the lid off and put some scallion over top. I like the scallion to be like more of a fresh flavor going on. I don't really want to cook it into the dish. Can you smell this?
Yeah,
It smells so good.
It smells really good.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it very, very simple, like classic ingredients here to go with. Like I'm not doing anything crazy. Alright, so I'm just gonna let that go a little bit more because I have like these, you know, the green parts, the ends are gonna soften much quicker, but these whiter parts that are down near that base of the bok choy, they will take a little bit longer to soften. So I'm just gonna let them go a little bit more. Then I will lid, remove from heat, and then sprinkle scallions before serving, and then we will come back and let you know how it is.
So now I'm gonna try the bok choy that my lovely wife made for me. Never had it before, so I'm gonna let you know what I think. It's really good. It's almost like a spinach consistency. The sesame oil is really good with it. It definitely gives it that Asian flavor, and I mean, I would definitely eat it again. And that's it. It's really good.
All right, my recipe is fine.
Yeah.
All right, cool.